BenFlyingRetro, and I'm embarking on a quest to purchase every classic GI Joe comic from the original 80s and 90s Marvel run.
Warning.
Hunting down individual issues from every corner of the globe in whatever order the universe decides to give me. Join me and my pal Steve every week as we discuss my latest find. Welcome to Chasing Joe. Chasing Joe. We may be late, but we make it every week. It's Chasing Joe. It is Friday or Fry-yay. I'm BenFlyingRetro. It is summer in the UK. There are kids swinging from the rafters in this house. I don't know what's going on in the southern hemisphere. Is there anyone down there?
Hello. It's Jubinator reporting for duty, and yes, Brisbane has turned a corner. It was rainy and wet for a couple of days, but now it's like a sunny day.
Brizza. Now, you've got kids, but they ain't in any kind of educational system yet.
Well, in a manner of speaking, look, Elliot goes to a playgroup. That's 3 days a week. I mean, he's about to go to kindergarten. No, he's in, I think you call it kindergarten. Anyways, he's about to move into the 5-day week structure.
Okay.
Please take the child. Take him.
See what you can do with him. His clay is wet, as they say.
There you go. Wet
Mine's for molding. I'm just, my eyes, I keep looking over. I've got this beautiful comic book on display. And it's new on my wall, and I just can't stop looking at it.
Then it's not this one.
I've got so you don't know much about trading cards, but they have these magnetic cases, but I've discovered they also make them for comics. So not like
magnets
slabbing.
Are cool.
You can take them. Should I just go and get it? Because it's really cool.
Just go and get it. But yeah, magnets are super cool and unobtrusive. Anytime you're taking valuable paper and introducing tape, I freak out. So yes, a magnet.
Don't often with me. I you know how I really get into covers. I think, these would be so nice to display, and yeah, you can put a comic up, but it's sort of spine ticks and folds. So look at this. It's a comic mag. A lot of reflections. Look, this is deadly class. Look at that cover. Come on. I got this from the States and then used the shipping company. I've wanted it for years, actually. It's about $45.
All right, sell me on the book. Why is it? I mean, is it just a cool
I think we've spoken
book?
about it before, actually. It's a cross. There's a terrible Amazon show. I think they did one season and it got cancelled. What do they say it's like? A cross between Harry Potter and something that's very, very, very dark. It's pretty dark. I haven't read it in a bit, so they're basically teenager assassins, I guess. It's a school for assassins, so that's the a boarding school for assassins. But look,
Kill Bill Jr.
These comic mags, they are actually extremely expensive. I think they're like 20 quid each, but it comes with a little nail hook, and they do look rather fetching. So I'd like to get some. I'd like to get some GI Joe books in them. You know, you can't just slab everything. Jeez, mighty satisfying.
Classy display. And how many would you have? Would you have a whole wall of them?
I think
tiles.
you would pop off each other and have maybe. I think 4 would be really cool. I think of the same book. You're so not a cover guy. I don't understand how you can't be a cover guy. I adore comic book covers, and in fact, like with Whatnot and cover variants and stuff, so much of comic books is just the cover now. I'm not even convinced some of these people that are buying them are even reading them. They're about, the scarcity of the cover. Is it a numbered book? We are
Tear it off. Tear it clean off from the book and just get to the reading.
We're not really sort of comic historians, are we? So it feels to me like the comic book variant invasion was, I don't know, somewhere in the mid to late 90s. I remember going in there and being like, what's going on? There's like 4 of these. 4 X-Men books, and I don't know where I'm at.
Shows how much I know. I thought it was a later invention. Like the 90s were
yeah.
characterized by like foil covers and hologram
Yes.
covers and lenticular covers and
Yes,
gold
you're right.
chrome, silver chrome. They were like all these value adds.
Yes.
And then I imagine
Shiny.
the noughties and beyond. That's when you started getting like
you're right.
a dozen variant covers for the same bloody issue. Like it just
When I say the
me.
90s, it was when they relaunched X-Men, and I think they had a couple of different issue ones. And I remember these gorgeous, like, I think it was Fatal Attraction it was called, and had these holographic strips. Or you're so right. 90s was like foils and
like I had 2 Avengers books with these embossed covers that were in silver and gold.
Ooh.
And I felt like that was just money. The stories were they were kind of like just another story. But the fact that they came in this hardcover embossed, it was it felt
I need
work of art.
Look into my pull list. It's like almost down to 0. That's what happens when I basically quit lots of ongoing things and sort of just started doing like minis. And it feels like they've all just ended at the same time. And I have no reason to go to my comic shop. But there you go. But look, I don't have too much need to go because every week I have a fresh or smelly GI Joe book from the 80s or 90s that is delivered to me. Now, we're not quite on to some of these exciting issues that I've picked up from my travels, but we are close.
Codename Copperhead, fresh out of Miami, baby.
Oh, what a fig! he's a pack-in. He's a pack-in.
I don't know, man. Before my time, so I don't really have much love.
It's that great. Oh, are you joking? Do you not know what?
Copperhead.
But he's ribbed. He's got ribbed like trout.
Pantaloons.
Like what is that type of green? It's like a neon green with the blue. Dude, the helmet. He looks like Bane.
I guess what threw me off was because I came up in the 90s when musculature was so much better sculpted. Seeing guys like classic Roadblock and classic Copperhead with this very like doughy, like exposed flesh.
Okay.
I mean, I'm comparing him to like a big boa.
Oh, so you really liked the 90s Power of the Force line. You loved them beefed up Star Wars figs. You're like, about time. Get some DV, get some meat on the bones.
Nah, brother, those sculpts also were just too smoothed out. Like they were He-Man, but without the intense musculature. Like Big Boa is a high watermark in terms of how to do a very ripped figure at that scale.
He's just a high watermark for life.
And low water content. I mean, that guy's constantly dehydrated to be that swole. Yeah.
Why doesn't Big Boa get enough love? We're at 49, episode 49. We're gonna like retread some old stuff, but I want a horror type take on Big Boa. Just a one shot, just a dark training room at night, and you
Cylon.
I feel like you've got to play him for freaking terrifying Bane levels.
Absolutely.
I've got a book here. Jeez, I've got a book.
We're finally
this is
getting
one
around to
I've
it.
bought. I bought from UK eBay. Oh, it's issue 78 of GI Joe Real American Hero Marvel. It dropped June 21st, 1988. And when I look at this book, I'm always surprised that it's issue 78 because it has the feel and it kind of reads a little bit like some of the earlier books in the run, for my money. Anyway, before we get into its gizzards, let's talk about June 21st, 1988. So, 1988 was, June 21st, 1988 was a Tuesday. It was also the summer solstice, the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. In addition, Guns N' Roses dropped Sweet Child of Mine that week. Oh my God, what a time to be alive. At the Megaplex, it was a 1-2 punch for Arnie and Stallone, but maybe not the films you'd think. It was Red Heat knocking Rambo 3 off the top spot. Now, that blows my mind because I thought that Red Heat was almost a bargain bucket kind of film, like low brow, like one of his early ones, kind of one that you'd rent from the Blockbuster when there was nothing else, you know, when they didn't have Predator or when they didn't have Commando.
So that came out afterwards. I mean, that blows my mind. It does
just
feel early Arnie.
It's the one, is it the one with Belushi in it, yeah?
It's the one where he's like KGB
But
dude,
it starts off in the saunas or steam rooms or something. There's a scrap.
Here's what I know. I don't know the film in as much as I know it being clipped out and like used in like a Arnie compilation. And he's got the high and tight like box cut. He's wearing a Soviet uniform.
Yeah, maybe Rambo 3 had been out for a couple of weeks because
and
Rambo 3.
Getting back to Sweet Child of Mine, for some reason Instagram keeps bombarding me with reels from Guns N' Roses reunited, like their reunion tour.
Yeah,
and it's hard to watch, my friend. I don't know if you've heard Axl. He sounds like Mickey Mouse these days, trying to get that falsetto.
Well, dude, it's
a
reunion tour that has been going for 6 years or 8 years. I happened to be in Los Angeles and I saw one of the first ones. It was like the second show of the whole big reunion thing. And it was a moment for me because I never got to see them. But when I saw them in LA, I mean, this was like so long ago and they just haven't stopped touring. They must have been so behind on the mortgage payments, man. Because that's a cash cow that keeps giving. But look, you've been to the Megaplex. You've seen some muscled up 80s roided people. I mean, Stallone in Rambo 3 is
oily.
Just oily. He's almost like dangerously like ripped. You feel the heart. Like his vascular system is just... It must be very similar time to Rocky 4 because he is proper big in Rambo 3. Great film, though. Really fun, great action film. The bit that sticks in my mind is when he's wounded and he gets the gunpowder and he lights it to fuse the cauterize the wound. Brilliant. So good.
Inserting gunpowder into a wound, that seems like a surefire way to basically blow your torso in half.
Yeah, because he lights it, it goes through him and out the other side.
I'll never forget the, tank versus helicopter.
It's interesting geopolitics. It's Afghan. There's a lot going on in that film.
A dedication to the Mujahideen and Afghani people at the end. Like, keep up the fight, brothers. Hollywood is with you. Like
Stallone just going around at that time, just thinking he could fix all these issues. He's like, I'll fix Russia. Here's Rocky 4. Let's all be friends. I'll fix the Cold War.
Osama, here are some Stinger missiles. How did that work out for them? Anyway, moving on from geopolitics, please.
Yeah, put the geopolitics down and get into the arcade where you could play Altered Beast, which I know better from the pack-in to the Mega Drive. And it got like 39%. It was a terribly reviewed game, but you had to have it. But you were mainly playing Sonic. But I always quite enjoyed it, and I used to think the speech in it was amazing. Like when you'd start, it would be like, "Rise from your grave." Do you have any memory of the game?
Very core memory of playing the coin op
Okay, great.
on my
So,
Thursday
well,
night jaunts with my old man to the sort
that's
of.
so
It's
good.
called Economic Cafe under the train tracks, and on the other side, this beautiful neon sign saying Economic Cafe, where
Oh,
they had
that's so
some
good.
arcade.
Let me write a comic book about that place. That is so cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
comics, vanilla cherry cokes, and yeah, a night
this
well
is just
spent with the old
shooting
man.
from my very old hips. I'm actually turning 44 on Sunday, S Jubs. It's birthday
Would you
time.
believe I have it on my calendar, Ben?
Whoa, yes.
Yeah, you rate
Anyway,
a birthday wish. I'm sorry you preempted it. I wanted you to be surprised.
now I just want to recall what you used to turn into in that game. I feel like it was a werewolf on level 1. There was some kind of flying dragon thing, and
I can't help you, man. I was playing
that's
it on
it.
like 25-cent pieces, so or no,
The
South
dude was
African money was 20.
the main sprite when you were not a beast was so modelled off of Arnie. Just looked like
Yes.
Arnie.
With the box cut. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look, that's you've had a great time in the arcade. Now get yourself to Toys R Us. GI Joe Crazy, Cobra Bug, Phantom X19, Rolling Thunder, or if you were like me, make mine the Swamp Masher. My God, did I love the Swamp Masher? You had to have Muskrat in there, and it was those like purple tri wheels that I was just so fascinated with. I was like, yeah, these make sense. You put a big twig down, and the first wheel hits it, and then it goes over, and you've gotten over the obstacle. It's just a really fun little toy. Any memories?
They modeled like luggage sort of carts after
Yes.
that, right? To go up steps.
Yeah, after the
Yeah.
Swamp Masher.
I guess no. Well, yeah, the idea was shared between them. But a friend of would you believe it? You're not the only one who has an affinity for that. A friend of
Okay.
mine in Brisbane called Alan. He's like, Jubs, you got to do a play motion with the Swamp Masher. It's my all-time fave. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Or do
This
a
is-
review. Do a review. It's got a big old like minigun, Gatling gun up there.
Oh yeah, I love a minigun or a
Yeah.
maxi gun. That thing's massive. It's a big Vulcan cannon and a
It's
standout.
big, but it's not too oversized though. It's not like crazy.
It's not the mean dog, but absolutely it dwarfs the gun in the Rattler's nose. Like the gun on the Swamp Masher is more accurately sized to what would be in the nose of an A10.
Right.
I don't know
okay.
where they keep all the ammunition for that beast on something
Yeah.
as thin in the gills as a Swamp Masher, but fun vehicle and great Constructicon colors. You can't overlook lurid green and purple.
Dude, so funny you should mention that. Me and Scout were just chatting about the Constructicons, and I was like, honestly, I just love the colorway. That purple and green is just so good. Like we watch on YouTube it's a two-parter, their introduction, and that's an exciting toy to form Devastator. Oh my days.
Isn't that the season close for
It could
the
be
first season?
yeah, parts 1 and 2. It starts off, well, funny enough, they're on a building site where the Constructicons really do fit in. Scout remembers all of their names, and I always struggle. But there you go.
Hook, Mixmaster.
Mixmaster's great.
That's as far as I can go.
Come on, let's
Bone
between us
Crusher.
let's get one more.
Bone
Come
Crusher.
on. Yeah, that's it. Bone Crusher. Yeah, not Skull Crusher.
Yeah.
Bone
the
Crusher.
Scalpel? No, that's something else.
No, come on. Damn it.
That
It's
load
gone.
is a dump truck on the Autobot side. So
Ah,
that
okay.
ain't one.
Just a
What
quick,
is the dump truck called?
just a quick technical check with you. Your video is glitching every now and again. Is it all good for you?
Sketchy. It's good for me on my side.
Okay.
I should have plugged myself in tonight. I neglected to. I actually brought out the extension cable, but didn't plug it into the router. And that's in the room where the baby's in that room now. Damn it! I lost my window.
The dingo ate my baby. Look, at episode 49, this was an eBay purchase. It's time for Guess the Price.
Oh, God.
Let's just give it to me in sterling today.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That doesn't necessarily help me. I'm going to say £3.50.
No, a solid guess, but £5. £5. They are few and far between these days on eBay UK. I don't know what's going on with GI Joe, but the prices be going up and the books.
It's the popularity of this podcast. It's the popularity of this podcast, man.
I'm
Pure
sure
and simple.
It must be. I'm sure
Chasing
it must
Joe, spiking prices. It just doesn't count. The view counts doesn't tell the tale.
It doesn't. It doesn't tell the tale of the tape. Now, running total, we are up to £218.41, $297, almost at the $300 mark. That's quite exciting. Thus far, I've had 14 very kind donations that I'm working my way through. And let's do a smell test. I have to say, it's a beautiful example of one. Wow, it's really quite minty.
Clearly, this book was not read too much. I don't know. Is issue 78 anyone's favorite issue?
No, but
Anybody?
I've got some thoughts on it. Let me just I'm trying to find the central spine. Where are the damn staples?
That's how minty it is.
Yeah.
All of the pages are so crisp.
Why is
They're
it got a
adhering.
flop page? This is hilarious. I can't find it. Sod it. I'll just go off piste.
Stick your nose in, mate.
Drink it in. I'm getting more that makes quite a nice hat. I'm getting more. I'm actually getting more kind of plastics coming through.
Well, it was in a bag for much of its life.
Yeah, and I haven't swapped out the bag yet. I kind of was part of this show was gonna be me reboarding and rebagging, and that's fallen by the wayside. I'm just gonna say that it smells like your cheap garden slides. They have that plasticky smell. That's what it smells like. Do you know the ones I mean? Like you stand on them and you think they're gonna tip over.
Baking in the hot sun.
And look, this issue smells like a garden slide. There you go. Right. Now, I was texting you last night as I was reading it. I was like, who the heck are these other two chumps on this cover?
Right.
Lola, Grunts, Squeeze. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay.
Woman of the 80s. Look at that amazing brown.
She would kick the living shit out of us, S-Jubs.
Look at those earrings, bro. What the hell are those?
They're
shards of mirror.
Yes. Yeah, they're mean. I feel like you'd see Gandalf in them if you looked in.
So I've got a buddy, and one of his favorite GI Joe female characters is Lola. He's dying for there to be a Lola action figure.
Wow, well, I'm dying to get her off of this cover and Grunt just give it to Roadblock. Let him have this cover. I think this cover would be insane if it was just him. Give him a cover. Like Roadblock does feature on, a fair few covers, but I don't know. I think he's never looked better there. The shading and the heft of the Mardus. You can feel the metal. Like it really is so well drawn. Like you get a sense of the mass. He's gripping it. It feels like it's coming off the page. I think this should be Roadblock's portrait. This should be his cover. What do you think?
You're right, and credit to Ron Wagner and Bob McLeod, who are on the art chores for this cover. You're right, he's the strongest element there, but build the intrigue. You've got
Yep.
readers in 1988 wondering who the hell are these other two. Grunt's figure is so far out of production. I mean, the character had even been written out of the comic book series at this point.
For sure.
And
yeah.
the girl never got a figure. She's a deep, deep recall. And she's not the only one in this issue.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. We'll get into that in a little bit. I mean, look, there's not too much to say apart from just how well drawn it is, and there's aspects of all the shading. I just do think the Mardeuce, like coming, taking out the stars and stripes, it's very cool. I mean, it's a hell of an image. It actually has slightly more of a contemporary cover look to it.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a dud cover.
Knocking out the background in red, just blood red, is cool. It's like it's very strong design choice to not have any background clutter back there. So yeah, it does look very modern. Looks timeless, and Roadblock's expression is terrific. Props, Mr. Wagner.
I think he's never. I mean, I don't think he looks better on any other ARA cover. He looks absolutely incredible. It's like quintessential Roadblock.
It speaks to the character's like depth, because he is not played as a meathead. He's not just all muscle. He's in fact the de facto like leader in this issue. This rescue mission that's being staged. He is calling the shots, and he's acting like a responsible, level-headed, intelligent, stoic like field commander.
Yeah, you can see the years on him there. He's like senior, like for sure. Yeah, I get that coming off of the page just from the facial kind of expression and
Men of men, this guy. He's absolutely a leader. Quintessential.
Shooting from one of your young hips.
Oh no.
How old would you say that Roadblock is here? What do you reckon? Because I'm going to say that that's a 40-year-old man.
Though it wouldn't be. The physical feats that he's capable of. This is a man still in his prime.
But just on that cover, that image that you're looking at.
Look,
you think younger. I can tell.
Well, I'm just being realistic about a frontline. Special forces guys are, I'm led to believe, slightly older because they're more experienced.
Mm-hmm.
So GI Joe would be made up with more veteran soldiers, but even so, your frontline guys in the infantry units would not be like beyond their mid-30s.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you'd be right. Special forces guys in the real world, they love a beard, don't they? We've got beards.
Because they want to be
SAS
incognito.
photos, yeah, they've always got beards.
If you're clean shaven and you've got a neat sort of military regulation haircut, anytime you're on a commercial flight, or if you're in any kind of setting, you're going to be pinged as military or ex-military or private military. Yeah, it stands to reason that special forces guys would be the most unassuming. And how do you do that? Grow a big old scraggly beard.
Yeah,
Not in your case, Ben, because you sneeze and it falls off your face, apparently.
They're sort of hyper fit, but they do look like the guy across the street. They got that vibe to them. They're not like superhuman. Maybe some of even a little tubby. Some of them maybe. Anyway, that's special forces.
Add to the fact that a lot of them are operating in the Middle East, and men grow their beards, man.
Grow them out. Grow them out. If you can grow a beard, by all means, you should do. I'm going to open up this sucker. First page. Oh, no. Do you want to do one of your lovely synopsises?
I'll keep it brief because there are some complexities to this issue. A lot of comings and goings. Basically, the fallout of the Cobra Island Civil War has Generals Hawk and Hollingsworth taking the blame, being thrown under the bus for that campaign, and it's kind of rather wishy-washy outcomes for the GI Joes. They've been taken to a hospital in Virginia. They're being held by the real baddies who've been pulling the strings. General I had his name. Oh God! In the moment of truth, Malthus, General Malthus, and Senator Hagel, they're being held in a hospital, which is being populated by DOA guys. The idea is they want to draw the remaining GI Joes who haven't been apprehended yet into an ambush and then arrest them. But GI Joe shows up, led by Roadblock, and they're able to free Hawk and Hollingsworth and make a public display in front of TV cameras and assembled press. Destro arrives in the nick of time with receipts from weapons deals.
He's got paperwork. Destro arrives with paperwork.
Yep. So the Joes have managed to exonerate their guys very neatly, all in the hands of an ace in the hole, a very shiny gold beryllium steel plated ace in the hole.
Yeah, that's in my notes. Destro is packing paperwork. Page 1, I started thinking about like G-Men, and I started thinking, because the airport, I was like, this is giving me Catch Me If You Can, Tom Hanks kind of vibes. You know?
Yes.
That's what it was giving me. It's something about that airport setting, and these kind of guys, I mean, I don't think they would have actually dressed like that in that time. It's such a throwback to a different... It's really weird. It's like timeless. It's strange.
I wonder if Larry insisted that they look so stereotypically like a G-Man from the 1950s, or if this was Rod Wigham's choice. And
helps,
Larry then pokes fun at it because Storm Shadow, I think, has the line, they must be the DOA. They have the lowest clothing allowance and the worst taste.
Yeah, there's so many. They're like, what are these? CIA, DIA, CID, NSA. Yeah, it's a lot. They go through a lot. Jinx has got an incredible plainclothes look.
That bouffant of hair.
Yeah, but everything. I'm just talking about all of it. I mean, the parachute pants, the waistcoat.
What do you call that? A string tie?
Yeah,
that thing that she's got.
I associate that more with, like a sort of cowboy kind of tie. Yeah, what is that?
And she must have used an entire can of hairspray to get that incredible bouffant.
But Storm Shadow, now he's rocking the more kind of, it's 88. You are Miami Vicing that. You are wearing a kind of tight tee with a suit jacket. I mean, Saved by the Bell.
For my money, Billy's got the best look.
It's in my notes. Billy has the best look. That's what my notes say.
His Mark Hamill coif, the eye patch,
Mark Hamill,
the mesh shirt, dude,
and rolled up sleeves, and then just a banging wristwatch of some kind, like heavy. I don't know what that is.
A leather strap,
or like it could be compass, maybe. He just does look very.
Unfortunately, it disappears in the next panel, though. Oh yeah.
He could really lead a film with that eye patch as well.
He's a young Kurt Russell, though I suppose in '88, Billy would still be a young Kurt Russell at this point. But Escape from New York vibes, big time.
Yeah, funny scene when they all spring into action, though. Very funny when they're all handcuffed.
Well,
that's real kind of Sumbo-y.
I keep coming back to Rod Wigham's amazing, like, balletic frames and the sequence where the ninjas all leap up so that they can bring their handcuffed arms forward in unison with their beautifully pointed toes. And then the kind of the landing, it's always very little bit too, I don't know, dancey for my money.
Dainty.
Yeah, that's dainty.
They're ballerinas, man. Ninjas.
Absolutely.
That's how they roll. But
it's a funny look, is all I'm saying.
I quite enjoy this little airport scene, and I think there is some like story and value to be mined from what happens when you pull the rug of GI Joe from underneath them, and they don't have this kind of protected government unit to hide behind. And it is a story as old as time when you do this, when you let's strip them back and They're going to
A-team it.
Yeah, they're going to be plain clothes and they're on the run. And I don't know if they nailed it, but they almost got there for me. This issue, for some reason, made me think of a kind of what we would have called like a nothing episode of 24. I don't know why it was giving me those vibes. It's something about when they all end up at that house and then the hospital setting and kind of spinning their wheels for quite a long time. And it's like they're trying to get somewhere, but it's not really happening. It's like actually...
I would agree with you if this wasn't the wrap-up of this story arc.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's quite definitive at the end. It's like clearing the slate of the fallout of Cobra Island so that the book can move on. So I don't know if I agree with you that it's a nothing episode of 24. But it absolutely has I
think what I mean is it's so situational. It's just that it's the two environments. It's sort of quite low stakes.
I just feel like for a GI Joe issue, you don't see Joes in their uniforms. You don't see Joe or Cobra equipment. The bad guys are these plain clothes. Well, we say plain clothes, but they're clearly wearing like these basically like mobster outfits. And then later they're looking like they're in hospital orderly outfits and patient clothes. Like it's not exciting from a visual standpoint because it's not. There are no toys on the page, basically.
But I just think in the context, every month there's another issue coming out. It's an ongoing book. You can deviate, and they were probably well overdue for trying something like this, possibly.
Absolutely. Coming off the back of the Cobra Island Civil War, doing a Joe on the run, Joe kind of like the outlaw G.I. Joe unit.
Strip them back.
You've got to do it.
It's a bit like when Moonraker came out and they took James Bond to space. They were like, right, the next James Bond, we're stripping him back. No space. It's a little bit like that.
Was that For Your Eyes Only?
I have to talk about a Roger Moore Bond film every episode
time.
if I can. It's the one with the cliffs, the big cliff scene. So with these issues where I'm not like, certainly not a page turner, I always have a level of respect for ongoing books. You have to try things. And what this kind of goes into is I think we're all really glad that this isn't G.I. Joe and they don't this is not the new, we want to see toys. We want to see them in their fatigues. That's all the fun stuff. But it's nice to know that they've got this in their locker, I think. It's quite a serious issue, quite political. They're sort of trying to say, all that zany, crazy stuff that just happened on Cobra Island, that actually wasn't in a bubble and actually has a wider impact on, on the planet. And they're kind of, I think it's interesting. What were some of your favourite bits? I think what's with the shades that they put on? That is 1988 right there. They put these shades on where what you see is they got GI Joe written all over them.
Yeah, they were able to work that up real fast. Discover that Hawk and Hollingsworth are being interred in a hospital.
On the nose it is. It's so ridiculous.
Yes, they've got G.I. Joe printed all over their sort of incognito clothes, but it's only visible through these specific polarized lenses.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Now, look, you did say it was a throwback, and we're going to throw it all the way back to the boathouse with Lady Doomsday, with Buckart. And
issue 1,
we
baby.
We go back to issue 1. Look at her. There she is. Now, she is... What's the word? She doesn't necessarily agree with G.I. Joe as a unit, but she values the fact that they have a right to exist. Would that be somewhat.
Yeah, it's the classic case of like, I don't agree with you, but I will die for, I'll lay myself down to ensure that you're able to keep your views. Wait, let me stop hanging myself. There we go. Who is it that puts it so conveniently?
Grunt, is
Roadblock.
it? Or... Oh, okay.
Oh no, it is rock and roll. To paraphrase, why didn't I find this quote at first before completely spinning out? To paraphrase Voltaire, she may disagree entirely with what you have to say, but she will defend to the death your right to say it. And every time Burkhardt comes into the Joe mythology, they kind of restate this point. And that's what democracy is all about. It's about enshrining everyone's right to disagree.
Does she turn up in issue 1 of Skybound's Duke?
Yes.
Is that
she
right?
does. Yeah.
Does
She offers... She's sort of Duke's safe house, in a sense.
Yeah.
She kind of tips him onto the greater cover-up around these sentient robots that she's been doing research in the shadows about them. But yeah, I think they off her and all of her like followers.
This house scene, this domestic house scene, reminds me of that bit in
Please don't say
one of the Avengers films where they're all at Hawkeye's homestead farmhouse.
Age of Ultron.
They're all kind of on the run. They're trying to formulate a plan, and
Now I was worried for a sec
Go on.
that you were going to say GI Joe Retaliation.
No, I don't know it well enough to know scenes.
Well, it's pretty much this: Joe on the run from American authorities,
Dude,
and they wind up
trailer,
at.
Though.
It did.
Dude,
Sadly,
it had a trailer with Seven Nation Army, like some dubstep version.
Yes.
And then the film like got shit. Like it didn't come out for 2 more years. It was pushed back, and it had loads of rewrites.
It was the retroactive 3D that they had to do. They had to process that.
Okay.
It was not shot as a 3D feature, but because that was the hot way to milk more box office at the time, they delayed it almost a year.
Were junk.
Well,
They were so bad. Like, if you like GI Joe, there's no way you could. Like, why can't they make it fan servicey? I don't understand. I just don't. That's what I don't get.
There's a name that gets thrown around. I can't really speak to it, but the name that most people hang the generic nature of the G.I. Joe movies on is a guy called Lorenzo de Bonaventura. Oof, I even tripped up on it. He's also responsible for the sort of Transformers Bayverse movies. So he's I guess the kind of guy who believes he knows better than the fandom. He knows better than all of the lore. He's going to make a film a certain way. I even recently did an audition for a film that he's producing.
Stop it. Is that why you went full beard?
Don't hate. I didn't get the part, so don't worry. I'm not in the Lorenzo de Bonaventura. I can't say the word. De Bonaventura camp.
It's a nightmare. It's very difficult.
But it was absolutely the most generic action movie. Like, you'd expect Gerard Butler to be in it, basically.
Okay.
It's
Where
one
do
of
I
those.
sign Butler?
Exactly.
I've already signed. Yeah, I just want to do a social kind of experiment. Like, I don't believe that there's a huge disparity between what the films would make at the box office if they just made it full fan service, but I still feel that could appeal to a wider audience. So with the Transformers one, they actually did loads of test footage with like Bumblebee as a VW Beetle. They did the old school, and it's so funny in the on the behind the scenes for that first Transformers movie. They're like, the CG guys did it, and they played it to us, and we were laughing. We were like, it just looks silly. I was like, what are you on about? What do you mean? I was like, no, you'd have to set it. It would have to be a period film.
Mm-hmm.
But
look, maybe something like Fantastic Four has given studios the confidence to do period work. It's expensive, though. Like First Steps looks expensive. All of that, that real world 1960s retro futurist tech and stuff.
Yeah, haven't seen it.
Well, if for that aspect alone, it's an interesting watch.
I've heard
I'd be curious to know.
I've heard it was quite sort of sterile and bland, even though that world building sounds really creative.
It's beautiful.
The performances apparently are quite.
They're
stale.
understated. Look, they're understated if you are raised on an appetite of Deadpool's and Avengers movies, like the kind of interplay and joshing and Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad, like all these films where absolutely everyone is comic relief and they're just riffing off each other for 2 hours and some change. Like the Fantastic Four, no, they kept the purity of these characters, and there are some funny moments regardless, but a lot of hearts as well. And they obviously hacked out a lot of the film to keep the runtime down.
On board.
I am
bored. You are back in the MCU.
Dude, I enjoy it. No, this isn't MCU. This is a standalone thing.
Oh, what?
You don't need to have watched a single Marvel movie.
No, but just in your opinion,
series.
That's in your opinion, but it is actually the MCU, though, isn't it?
Watch the film, dude.
Okay, I'm sure I will, but they're all gonna turn up in like the Avengers Doomsday and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know from this film alone.
Okay,
Watching this in isolation, you will not need any context.
Can you just answer two questions? Oh no, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone else. I was just hoping that the Silver Surfer and Galactus turn up. I'm sure they do.
Have you been living under a rock, or you've been in Miami? How can you avoid it? Like, weren't there billboards?
You know what it's like when you're into things. You see them everywhere, and when you're not, you know. I think Phoenix saw it. He didn't enjoy it, but he's been out of the MCU for ages. There was a little bit of buzz, and then the buzz went off a cliff. I think with the box office along with it. Yeah, I don't know. So
look, I didn't love it because I've never loved the Fantastic Four. They're not near and dear to me as the X-Men are.
Yeah.
But it bodes well because I feel like they were served very well by this film.
Okay.
I feel like the setting was lovely. I think each of the performances were genuine. They weren't just hamming it up because, hey, this is an MCU movie and we've got to keep the audience like rollicking.
Like the actor, he's from Stranger Things. He plays the Human Torch. I quite like him as an actor.
Okay. Yeah, and Thing is the guy from The Beast, Eben Mossback.
Okay.
And I mean, what's his face? Who's everywhere?
Oh, Pedro.
Pedro.
Yeah. So, I saw a great film with him in on the plane, Freaky Tales.
Okay. And let me not...
How did that film slip past my radar? It's an anthology film.
Because he's in everything.
No.
He's in so many films.
Can you please watch it? Because I think you will love it.
Freaky Tales.
Freaky Tales. So it's like 4 or 5 anthology stories that sort of connect loosely. It's all set in somewhere near San Francisco in the 80s. It's good, but we are...
I feel I need to speak out just one more thing before I'm outed as some kind of closet sexist. Vanessa Kirby is fantastic.
Oh, okay, as the Invisible Woman.
Yeah, she's not fantastic as in Mr. Fantastic. She is wonderful.
Okay.
What?
She's astonishing in the Astonishing X-Men.
She is fantastic in the Fantastic Four.
We are cheap Nintendo Joy-Cons, and we have got stick drift because we are drifting. GI Joe.
Yes,
that was my fault because I spoke about how bad those 2 motion pictures were, and my God, they were bad. They were pretty actually unwatchable, I'd say. But look, there's certainly not going to be on anyone's like top 10 list. This issue, but there's a little bit of a shootout in the hospital. There is some action. Hawk goes hand to hand to escape. Who gets tagged? Someone gets shot. Who is
Cover
it?
Girl and Bazooka.
Yeah,
Like
just out of nowhere. They both get tagged. And what's freaking... what's her name doing? Buckhart.
Burkhart. Buckhart.
She's doing that thing where like she just doesn't seem to understand how like a firefight works. She's just out there but not getting hit somehow.
She's monologuing away. Her briefcase gets tagged. Can anyone even hear her over the gunfire? That's what's so hilarious to me. Is she's giving this very, important speech for the cameras, but like she's in a raging firefight. No one's going to be hearing a damn thing.
How do we feel about Destro's limited role in this issue, but extremely important? And, look, he says, he's like, sometimes the soldiers you respect the most are on the wrong side.
Beautiful rendition.
He is essentially Hawk's get out of jail free card here.
Oh, he's the Deus Ex Machina of this issue.
Deus Ex Machina. Yeah.
Who can
where
come
you
to the rescue?
magically just write your way out of a dead end.
But look, this and this is something that's been reintroduced in the Skybound Energon universe, that Destro is in bed with the US government. He's got dirt on everybody because he controls the flow of weapons. This is nothing new.
Yeah.
Larry was writing it in 88. The fact
An
that
arms dealer.
Absolutely. And it's a lovely dig.
Both sides.
It's a lovely dig at the CIA or any kind of sort of hush fund. The fact that he arrives with receipts, throws them in General Malthus's face, and says the little nail in the coffin is strange purchase order. The order was paid through a special services fund, supposedly for basketballs. Like, yeah, so classic for it to be sporting equipment.
like invoices, purchase orders. I mean, next you're going to be talking about the taxation of trade routes.
Oh, spare us.
I'm proud of myself for working that in.
Another tangent.
Definitely like Phantom Menace opening night. I do remember just like taking a squiz to my mate. I was like, oof, taxation? We could
get on with it.
Trouble here. Although the more we talk about this issue, the more you're kind of like making me think. I definitely do not dislike this issue. You had some harsh words to say about it in last night's WhatsApp discussion. You're not a fan. Even the helo that Destro is in. Yeah, you're not.
Oh yeah, the AH6. Is it the AH6? Oh gosh, oh no, I've frozen up. Yeah, that little. It's called the killer egg. It's a tiny little thing, little fly speck, the little bird helicopter. Destro to be riding around in that instead of one of his more signature vehicles.
Yeah. Look, it's not the first time you've been upset about his choice in helicopter. It has narked you before. There is
you need something that has a passenger.
His intro is quite funny. His intro panel, because it's just you just see the ladder from the helicopter and Destro like coming down to save the day. Where is it? I can't find it.
Oh, it's the last page.
Oh, it is the last page. I tell you what, what's the page count on this issue? It's 30
a slow
pages.
Oh no, 22. 22 actual comic pages, and you've got lots of ads. I guess they were really pumping it in 88. But the problem I have with this issue is that, like, it's a big slog in terms of the verbiage. I mean, there's a lot of text, and for very limited payoff, because this is just a wrap-up issue. It's the predictable end to a problem that Larry had written himself
Confirm.
into.
There's 22 pages. I just counted.
Bravo.
Incredible. Just quick.
But it does feel like a lot more, Ben. You're absolutely right. It's like it's a hard read because it's just not that exciting or interesting, to be honest.
Just like this. Look, Mar. No more wires. I feel like it wouldn't be an episode of Chasing Joe unless me and S-Jobs were telling the children of 1988, don't buy a freedom stick.
No.
There's no freedom in this. Fabulous technological breakthrough. But there is no technological breakthrough because they didn't work. So, sorry, every time I see one, I do think of the kid reading this in 1988 being like, wireless joypad or arcade stick. No, literally
it's
just
a scam.
A product that you would buy, bring back, and be like, yeah, it doesn't work.
Bad times, sad times.
That was pure, my buddy Chief. It was just, if it was a peripheral and it was an aftermarket, non-branded thing, he was buying it. You know, if he wanted another Mega Drive pad or another SNES pad, I would buy a Sega Mega Drive pad because I wanted it to work and feel right. And no, he would buy the crazy named. It doesn't work. That man loved a gimmick, like any kind of a gimmick. He was like, oh.
Did he have a headset with a target that you'd actually speak to, like fire?
No. We always
that was the thing.
The SNES scope, Nintendo scope. What was it? I don't know, but it looked cool. It was like a rocket launcher, light gun. Hardly any games used it.
And with the Freedom Stick, I assume it's like infrared, just like a TV remote.
Yeah.
But in my imagination, you're having to set it on a table in front of the TV and not move it side to side too much. It has to have a direct line of sight. Junk.
Yeah, junk. But speaking of light guns, did you ever get into Virtual Cop? Because that's the one peripheral that I was big on. I had it for the Sega Saturn. And God, it worked so well.
Just arcades by that era, but I mean,
I know what you were. You're a Time Crisis kid.
Time Crisis, sure. Yeah, I mean,
you wanted to hit that big button and duck.
My wife and I mean, that was the story of us. It was love. As soon as we got on the Time Crisis 2 machine.
When you Time Crisis together, you stay together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were either a Virtual Cop kid or you were a Time Crisis. I mean, Time Crisis, I think, was, in the end, a vastly more successful franchise and probably is a better game. I always like to think that Virtual Cop was, I don't know, the thinking man's shooter, but not really, because Time Crisis, you had to think to cover, so I don't know.
There's not much thinking going on in those games at all. It's just a lot of quarters. Now, Ben, it is always going to be of amusement to me that, like, in terms of home console gaming, you are a Super Nintendo, Genesis, or Mega Drive kind of kid.
Yeah, and that was the big playground battle. That was
me in the third world, buddy. We were playing Chinese knockoffs of the previous era of gaming. So when you say light gun, I'm thinking of the Nintendo Zapper or whatever copy we had gotten, and Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt. Glorious.
Again, though, it worked. It was flawless in how it worked. Any edge of the screen of the CRT, it was an incredible little blaster. I've told you, I keep buying them. I just buy, if I see it on eBay for $5, I buy them because they're fun.
What, the Zapper?
Just to run around and play, shooting.
So the one that I've got, the current one that I have back in South Africa is modeled after James Bond's Walther PPK.
Oh,
it's
interesting.
A pretty nifty little pistol to pull and.
I don't think the Sega Master System. I don't remember it having a light gun. Did it? Did it? Maybe it did. I just remember the NES one. Really, that's the only one I remember. And I'm pretty sure the Sega Mega Drive didn't have a light gun. But, I mean, Yeah, there's something about being a kid and walking into the arcade. You know, with action films, you are drawn to the cabinets that have massive machine guns,
Oh
like
yeah,
Operation
absolutely.
Wolf, and then slightly
Alien,
later,
the gun.
Alien 3, wasn't it? I think was it Alien 3?
I think it had a subtitle of the gun. So whichever
Right.
alien it
Okay.
was.
Pulse rifle.
Whoop. I'm getting excited now.
Whoa!
Big ass
obviously,
pulse rifle.
you had a
Thick.
smart rocket on the side.
Dude,
I don't
before we
think you
get
should
off this
mess with
issue,
that. Yeah,
no.
well, we already are.
Well, before we call it quits on this episode, I should say,
Letters.
no, the
No.
letter's a bit dull.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
thought
no
that too.
prize hunting. But
Yeah.
I bought Elliot a 3-pack of color change cars today,
Ooh.
and it reminded me of this issue because at one point, Rock and
I know
Roll
what you're gonna
pick-
say.
he picks up the ninjas from the airport in this tricked out, like, is it a Chevy? I don't know. It's some beautiful
Yeah.
muscle car.
Kind of
And it's got-
flaming bird.
It's yellow with a flame design on the wheel arches and the bonnets. He hightails it into a car wash. How he manages to, like, with these agents in hot pursuit, lose them by going into a car wash, I'll never know. That seems like a bit of a dead end, if you ask
Puts
me.
on his military police hat.
And emerges in this kind of olive drab paint
Yeah.
scheme that you would expect to find in 80s TV of the time. I'm thinking A-Team.
Yeah, again, it's so it's
But it's-
yesteryear, even for '88.
It's water-based paint that washes off in the car wash.
Well,
Man,
dude,
he is very fortunate that there was no precipitation in the forecast the day he had that paint job
I
applied.
don't know if they got the idea from the intro to Cannonball Run. It's just
Okay.
it's seared into my mind. Like they're in. Does it start off being a red Lamborghini Countach, and they are hooning, and they are in a high-speed police chase, and then they just get out and they hose it down. And I, as a kid, I was like, are they painting it a different color? And it's like, no, they're washing it off, and it is a white Lamborghini underneath. And then the police are like, oh, wait, we're now following. What's going on?
Forgive me if this is an off-trotted out criticism, but like Lamborghini Countachs are so uncommon that I don't think that would be a valid
I know.
subterfuge at all. Like it's 1 in 100 that might be in that state, if that.
Have I got that? Do you know what? That might be Cannonball Run 2 that they do that in. I think that's Cannonball Run 2. They are great films, though, and
I'll take your word for it. I think
what an opening, man! The Countach, so cool.
what a car. Now,
Ball.
you're probably right. That probably was Larry's inspiration. But
Hopefully.
in my heart of hearts, I would love it to be he was playing with maybe a nephew's Hot Wheels like car wash set. And he had some color change cars, as I did with my boy this afternoon.
Yeah. We've got a Hot Wheel one that changes color, but it's 3. You can actually get 3 colors out of it. So super hot water, super cold, and then it kind of has a brown in between sort of standard color. It's fun.
Well, I'm telling you now, there's an off-brand called Zuru, which we've been buying a fair bit of, which totally beats Hot Wheels in terms of the color change.
Okay.
It's amazing. The kind of like adherence of like you just drip a little drop of hot water and that splash will make a perfect little
Hot Wheels
change of color.
Nothing
Hot
like
Wheels
that.
is
It's way more
junk.
subtle. Sounds like they've got the patent on a lovely piece of tech there.
It's in the plastic
Chemical, yeah.
It's thermochromatic plastic as opposed to like I think Hot Wheels just put like a paint
God, I
or
bet they've got
glaze.
execs from Hot Wheels just beating down there. Come on, we want to buy you guys so we can have that tech. Because the Hot Wheels one is not that exciting, really. They're not vivid, I wouldn't say.
No, but watch.
there.
Though they do the color reveal, which is even more what happens in this issue. There are color reveal cars that have a sort of a water-based lurid paint on top. You put that through a car wash, and it will come out in the wash and reveal whatever the car's design is.
GI Joe isn't above this with Eco Warriors. That was the goal. I'm with Eco Warriors. I'm trying to think. Was it the entire fig or the main color scheme would change?
Not even, Ben. It was just this little splooge of color changing, like paint or some kind of process that I put onto the plastic.
The thing
but
is,
it invariably
it got
always
stuck. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked, man. I don't think they worked outside of the factory.
No,
as soon as they went on the boats.
The aesthetic of it is still, fits with the Eco Warriors. It's not like I thought they ruined the figure, but just the actual play part didn't work. It was meant to go back, and it never really did.
Yeah, well, look, if nothing else, they look like they have battle damage.
Yeah,
which is a valid look, which I'm sure is what you're getting at.
I keep trying to explain to Emma about battle damage. I was like, why don't you have memories of toys that had battle damage? I was obsessed with battle damage as a kid. It started with Kenner and like X-Wings and stuff with the
stickers. Oh,
stickers.
Ben, you're one of those kids.
Yeah, no, I'd get them on. I'd get those stickers on, and then
they're permanently battle damaged.
Yes,
Weird. You
my
weirdo.
X-wing. I got a little cook from OK. No, and then I got into it because He-Man and Skeletor were so popular. You could never find the original ones in the stores. What you could find loads of was the spin chest plate battle damage. He-Man and Skeletor, so cool. So you'd hit them on the chest.
Oh, that's the one I had.
Yeah, it would spin around and have like big old kind of dent in there, and very cool. Yeah.
Of course, when it stopped working, you were constantly battle damage, which would be all right. That would be all right by BenFlyingRetro.
Yeah, that was the spring had gone all. Yeah, you couldn't go the other way back. So cool. I
got a little cooked, but I'm okay. Is that the quote?
Yeah, it's not cut. I got a little cut, but I'm okay. It's cooked.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
When you're dodging laser fire, it's probably going to be pretty hot. But I always thought it was
where
cut.
Are you? Where is Biggs though? He's a pain in. He's a terrible wingman. Wedge to the rescue there.
Battle plans last as long as the first shot being fired. Then everything goes out the window. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Battle of Yavin was chaos. This ragtag bunch of rebels, do you think they ever fought anything that big before? No ways. Well, obviously they didn't, but
certainly, Porkins had a meal that big before, but never quite. Never. Oh God, I'm
pretty sure they all lost their lunch when they closed in on the Death Star and realized exactly how vast
I think
the thing
they
that they were assaulting.
Job of putting that across, don't you think?
Yeah, but I'm thinking
of that thing. Cut the chatter, Red 2.
I think Red Squadron, Gold Squadron, those guys were losing their minds, and they fell apart pretty quickly. Like the sheer attrition of pilots within seconds. I mean, you just constantly see that's a space battle for Star Wars. Constantly seeing pilots getting vaporized.
Porkins is the first one to die. But have you seen the TikTok or Insta something of Porkins, and he's basically holding a kind of extra value Big Mac meal? Oh my God! And he's like having a sit. He's like, I got a problem. And no, I'm all right. Oh, and he spills all the burger and stuff. It's incredible.
Was this AI generated?
We loved Porkins as kids. We wanted that Porkins figure. I'm out of the loop with action figures, but there was a time when I knew about Black
Porkins
Series.
action figure.
Have you Black Series? What have you got?
The one that came with a little data card flip out about him. It was on a green card back, sort of green lightsaber card back.
Circa what, year?
I'm going to say early noughties, maybe 2000.
Yeah. Okay, Porkins gets a figure. Nice. Mm-hmm. I have to say, I did get goosebumps in Rogue One when Gold Squadron turns up in that. I have to say that it hit me, and I did sort of get out of the seat like I was okay. I was really quite like I was pumped because it
I
was.
feel like
Gareth Edwards went into the archives, didn't he? And he was like, "Oh my god, there's like deleted audio from Gold Squadron, like cockpit babble." And he just took some of it.
well, they should do the same with the guys who were in Jedi and got cut. Various cockpit shots.
Dude, no B-wing. 0 B-wing.
Boo.
Weird how they cut the shots of the B-wing. Like you see them coming out of hyperspace and going in, but there's not a single action scene involving the B-wings. Weird. And
Not weird.
Such a cool ship.
As the story goes, they couldn't get it right in front of
There's an action
blue screen
still of it with all of its guns forming one laser and going off.
Ugh, I don't like that. But no, like Ben,
this guy.
real world reason they couldn't get it to photo properly in front of the blue screen.
Yes, the matting. Yeah.
So
but then,
it was.
Dudes, you literally just made The Empire Strikes Back with white on white. Like, I mean, or maybe they just like that was such a ball ache. We're not doing that again. Either it's easy or.
Yeah, not worth it for another ship. I mean, they were doing interceptors, they were doing TIE fighters, they were doing A's, Y's,
A-wing
X's.
gets a bit of love, doesn't it? In
a lot of
Jedi,
love.
It gets a few.
It's a hero ship,
Well,
man.
it takes down the Super Star Destroyer.
There you go. I used to call that the Executor for the longest time.
Yeah, no.
What a
no,
fool.
So it is the
Executor.
No, I call it the Executor. I think
Good.
I just
Birds of a feather.
I think I just read it wrong. It's a hell of a ship. Yeah, we are drifting all over the place. I need to go and watch Return of the Jedi now. Damn.
And I need to quickly put this podcast out to the world because we're late.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Good episode, a strong episode. We should be back normal time next week for episode 50.
Whoa.
Is it? That's a landmark.
It is episode 50, but
well, I know what issue
is that
it is,
the landmark? Oh,
and
you
it is
do.
not a landmark issue. So don't think that I've kind of negotiated having a real no.
Don't be anticlimactic. It will be a landmark issue because we will make it a landmark issue.
No, exactly, and that's what I like about it. I don't want it to be like issue 100 because we're doing this or issue 50. No,
It's whatever the postman hath delivereth. Now, what is interesting about this podcast is we've been going 50 shows, but the real anniversary will be episode 52. Because why? We've been going 52 solid weeks, which by my count means we've been going a year, Ben.
Yeah, that is one Earth cycle. Yeah.
Unreal. One voyage around the sun.
When
we've been
things
chasing.
Quick like that, and when I've been chasing for 1 year, I always just sort of suddenly been like, crikey, my respect for the amount of time a year is very small now that I'm 44. And when I talk to my kids about that, they're like, I can't imagine a longer time than 1 year. I'm like, well, to me, geez, I've got some summers on my soul now. And I feel like I just took down the Christmas lights, but already my kids are talking about Halloween costumes and September and schools, and it's like, yeah, a year is a short time, but it's been a good year of chasing. But I don't want to talk too much about that because this is episode 49. We're feeling fine, but we must go now. We must go. I've got I traded in the Tesla, and I've bought myself a proper midlife crisis sports car, and it's like an X-Wing. I can't stop driving it around, so I need to go and just drive around now.
What is it? You say it's an X-Wing?
It's just it's a spaceship. They don't make it anymore. It is a BMW i8, and it looks like something out of Blade Runner. I wanted one since it came out in, I don't know, maybe 2013, and it's like a concept car that they sort of made, and it's crazy, and they don't make it anymore. They do not make it, so it's a bit of a.
Does that bode well?
It's a future classic. Let's just say that. So I am just going to drive around in that, pretending that I am Red 5.
Beautiful.
I'm Red 5. I'm going in.
Keep
Luke,
it E.
Pull up. Have you seen Red 5? It's a heavy fire zone.
God, this
there
guy
we
needs
go.
to watch some Star Wars so bad.
Yavin, Hoth, or Endor? What's your favorite space battle? Not space battle, but Star Wars battle.
Endor.
Is it?
Endlessly.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. They've really nailed the effects. It's fine. Fine. I just Yavin, for me, the cockpit garble and the constant going in and out of the person saying it, and then I just love it.
You can't beat that moment when the John Williams score comes up.
Yeah.
And Luke is, resolute. He's switched off his firing computer. Yavin is great.
But then equally though, Billy D, like Lando, it just dawns on him. How could they be jamming us if they don't know?
I'm less interested.
Break off the attack.
Look, I'm less interested in as a child. Anyways, I was less interested in the plot beats and more interested in just the sheer volume of space battle
it's insane.
Presented to me in that battle. So it's always going to be Endor.
It's never been topped. Visually, for me, Endor's never been topped by any contemporary film.
At least not in a meaningful way, because everything is achieved inside of a computer box now.
Well, nothing about the Battle of Endor, nothing about that finale feels dated or breaks my kind of disbelief. I think it looks perfect. I have
Ben,
no issue with any of it.
You are old.
Dude,
I shudder to think when I show the original trilogy to my sons, eventually they'll be like, Dad, this is boring.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Sorry.
Empire Strikes Back, they could be like, yeah, okay, Battle of Hoth was good. And then, whoa, what's going on? There's a child in here. Right, that's
Better
my
move.
best jobs. That is
Yo-Jo.
my cue. Yo-Jo, Cobra, all of it.
Goodbye.
Bye.